See? I'm like, I thought it was instant. But I can upload this now. Type shiz, type shiz. What do I even title this? I don't know, let me choose a thumbnail. See if I gain inspiration. I'm not even recording. Wait, I cue my reaction to this.
As far as GE are concerned, they get that plan, they get the
I gotta watch back
I'm
my
literally
reaction.
shaking blood.
I'm
really shaking blood.
Well. You've got one or two players watching for that flank. There's really not too much to try to get you back in here.
He's gonna send this shiz.
No ultis to fall back on. This could be it for GE. All it takes is 5 more kills, and there's one of them from Harvey.
2,
the captain delivering. Now
3.
Autumn, Uditan
Wait,
involved
Pura,
as well.
he went
Everyone
forsaken.
getting a piece of the pie.
gosh.
It is done. 30,
Come on,
5,
play that shiz. We're going to London. We're going to London. Ah.
How many times? First ever in Orc history between the two teams. And Frost's iteration
Okay.
is the final
We're going to
one
London.
to do it. Our first Pacific representation
Yeah, that's type shiz,
of
bro.
that first London. Their first iteration
Okay.
is the final
We're going to London.
We're going to London, baby. We're going to fudge in London.
Red Bull gives you wings.
That's gotta be it right there.
This is VCT
We are
Pacific
going to London,
2026.
baby. Shut your ass up.
Earn everything.
Fight is like a perfect frame. I have to. Why didn't they make this better? Oh yeah, that's so hard. Type shiz. What games are even played today? I have no idea. What is this music? I completely forgot to rewatch the EMEA first. What did we even watch, bro? It was THEF. Then, BL first bit. And then it was a bunch of Ball X bit. And then this game.
This is VCT Pacific 2026.
That's such a hard thumbnail, though.
Everything.
Holy shiz, we actually did that shiz, bro. We did that shiz, me and you guys. Ooh. Nice. We earned that shiz, bro. We earned that shiz. Holy shiz, man. Oh, that knockback, you really feel it. Okay, full sense when it'll be such a crazy day. Brother, I could not reach him. A full sense win, it'll be so crazy. Oh, I didn't see these guys. Dickhead. I don't care. Shiz. You gotta be shitting me. He's so healthy, it's impossible. This build is so ass. This build is completely ass. I don't know what the fudge I'm doing. Completely dog shiz. Yeah, that's too big. I didn't even know that. You 5K, it's insane. Okay, who's this guy? Plays the game. What's good with the wind again? What is this shit? I need to give him poison, dude. Oh, he's cooking though. Hold up, let him cook. He just walked over that. Okay, the AI doesn't know. Oh, I have 5 balls now, by the way. You walked into that, bro. You walked into that.
All right, on to match 2, and we are about to find out who the second team is going to Masters London representing Pacific.
You walked
we got
into
T1
that.
facing off against Full Sense. Now, T1 are on a 10-match win streak here in Pacific right now.
Yeah, well, but we've just seen the seeding ahead help you. Let's see if it matters for this T1 team. They've been so good all year. But let's be real, the only time
The-
they dropped
the
a map
potion.
was against Full Sense. I think they found the gap in the armor there because T1 is, of course, one of the favorites to carry the flag there in Masters London. Can they show that composure that we see from them?
The fusion, the fusion.
To Masters London today.
Yeah, they haven't lost for quite a while. Yeah, T1 is an interesting
You should go with
dichotomy
Blizzard.
at the moment
Oh,
because
yeah.
if you ask T1
But you
how
don't
good
have
they
Ghost,
are,
I didn't
they'll
give you
tell you
Ghost.
not very good, despite the fact that they just keep winning.
Yeah.
So, look, I think they are the outstanding favorites, having been undefeated in Group Omega, having already beat Full Sense head-to-head and being on a
You should get the
massive
point,
tear
okay.
in terms of Pacific win streak. They've already qualified for an international event this year. They won one last year with the core of this team.
Better
think
than
that
I
there's just
expected,
all
honestly.
signs pointing to them qualifying.
But what I want to ask you guys is they were in Group Omega, okay? And of course the question is, like, have they been really tested? Do you think these teams really tested them?
Look, I think that's an argument you can make, but they've been winning cleanly. They're always finding these two.
This
rows,
guy's too
except
goofy not to
against
keep
Full Sense.
using.
One thing we wanted to
I
touch
think
on
I
here
give him
is
poison
just
now.
how good they've been in this round too. I think to me, if you're able to win these
What's an
round two,
easy
it
one?
shows that tenacity. It shows to me the real quality of player across this
See how he
T1 team,
does here.
and that to me means they could do it in any group. And if they can do it in any group in Pacific, they can do it international.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
good
look,
start.
Paper X usually pretty good at winning these kind of rounds, but
Oh.
T1 have got to be up there in terms of just winning rounds that are absolute bullshit. Like second
Oh, yeah.
rounds, full eco, one player's got a sheriff, like they somehow conjure wins in these kind of rounds, and it really does kind of crush some of the teams that play against them. Already you're an underdog against T1.
Okay.
Those kind of round wins.
There's
just
one
bring
right there.
a ton of momentum, and T1 just takes it and runs with it.
MasterCard really likes T1. They're
Oh,
getting
yeah.
all those thrifties. And Meteor, he knows Masters events.
Yeah, look, he's been, you know, the guy over in Pacific. He's lifted 2 trophies, Masters Shanghai and Masters Bangkok. We just want to look at those numbers he was putting up over there and then what he's putting up in stage 1. For me, Meteor is the player who's not at his ceiling. If he's able to unlock that form that we've seen from him in the past, he takes this T1 team to a whole new level.
The kind of
Right.
it's interesting to look at Meteor's stats because the truth is his stats for most players very good, but
Yep.
like I feel like just watching it from the eye test, like how many times have you watched a Meteor round this stage and thought that was a Meteor play? You know, like, or how many clutches or big multi-frags like Sharp Aim have you seen from Meteor? Really, the man who's been the standout has been Izu. I think he's got a claim at
That's
the moment
nice.
that he might be the best player in Pacific.
He's looking like it. In
I
my
think so,
mind, there's
yeah.
kind of no doubt at this point. He seems to be able to play across a variety of roles and he's putting up insane numbers. You know, as this little lower third here says, Yoru nerf, so what? We were kind of
I wanna
worried a
see if
little
he
bit.
can actually
Played
do it.
so much Yoru in the past that then the question gets asked, what does it look like in a post-Yoru world for him? And I'll tell you, it looks very good.
Yeah, this guy can play anything, but his ability to pick up the chamber and off is just been phenomenal.
It's so
Honestly, like, we were seeing so many teams going into this season pivot to chamber. Like,
Yes.
DFM, pivot to chamber. Yatsuka play the chamber, or like various other teams. You see Paper X have some success with it. T1 have been the
That's like his
most
first time doing
effective
that.
chamber users, but they don't over-rely on it. Chamber is not a crutch for them. They can still flex into other comps, and actually, in some of the content we've seen with interviews with KDG, I believe, the teaser
I would
for this
take it.
stage,
Okay.
they've even talked about how they feel like they have more in the tank. There's more flexibility there that they can lean on, and you can already see that with Izu.
Let's
They
see
can
how he
just put
does
him on
this.
Enit and play double Enit with Stacks Izu, and they're still getting dubs.
Yeah, Xtrid was commending Izu as well. They were former teammates back when Xtrid was playing that chamber role, but Izu definitely stepped up over the years. They are playing against Full Sense. Like you guys said, Full Sense is the one team that gave them a loss there. So I think Full Sense also has a lot of potential, a lot of
The
growth
dude
since they were on
left,
Talon
left,
formerly with Frost there.
Left.
And
That
Cruz
the
has
guy.
had a huge
Oh my
task
gosh.
this particular weekend with their coach having to
He
go back,
really likes
you
balls,
know,
I
for
can
medical
notice that.
reasons. So now he's not just IGLing and needs to handle this team, he's also back in the coaching booth simultaneously. This guy has to do everything.
He's had such a weight on his shoulders, and he carries it so excellently. I will say, though, that the boys are doing him a lot of favors.
Oh,
Jit
yeah.
Boys in particular, he had some phenomenal
Jit Boy played
stats.
amazing.
He's been looking really, really good on his secondary duels. Premier is always Primi. I think Kalua, he started really, really hot, and I think what's more been praised for him is that's not necessarily his fragging, but more so his secondary calling by Cruz. But Chip Boys on this Raze, just in their last game, honestly, phenomenal to watch.
I think it unlocks a whole nother level, you know, because Prumi has been the guy, and then if the two of them are able to activate together, my goodness, what can't this team achieve? For me, I've now become so high on this team. After we spoke to Cruz yesterday, I feel like in that interview, he said, this time around,
I think he
it's
loves
going to be
balls.
different. It feels different in the camp. We've been working so hard, and now finally, that hard work is showing.
But he
in the
knows
server.
evolutions too.
Man, like we were watching Primi, and we were like, okay, Primi's carrying them again.
Like, he has
And I
3
looked away for a
evolutions.
round or two, like went to the bathroom, came back, and I was like, oh, Jim Boys is actually out fragging on the race right now. Like, he's actually putting up crazy numbers. If your double duelist is popping right now, like this, you could beat T1. Honestly, you could.
Yeah, I mean, it's
True.
crazy to think that this guy was not on Duelist and was IGLing for them at the start of the year. I would
was on a
waste my
cyber
10 times
camera,
that
bro.
I think it's going to be really huge if Full Sense win today. Global Esports did win the first match of today. And one thing I'm finding in common with all the teams that are winning here in Pacific for Stage 1 is that they are finding their players in the correct roles. And I think this is what's happening with Full Sense as well.
I think one thing we have to
Thank you for the thing.
The one map that Full Sense did manage to win was on Bind. Now Bind is out of that map pool. How does it shake up today? How reliant were they on that Bind? I think the veto is going to be a big, big question.
Yeah, Breeze was the third map decider. Felt somewhat winnable for Full Sense. Yes,
Yep.
they got pumped on Pearl. They picked Pearl into T1, got destroyed, but you had like a 25 bomb or something from Izu on the Sober to get T1 across the line there. I felt it was a winnable game for Full Sense.
Okay, how does he handle like a real boss?
Well, I wonder then what Full Sense is going to do with Bind out of the pool. Sen is in.
Oh, they picked
Eh.
Pearl. Oh,
Okay,
they picked Pearl.
so first of all, this is a big thing. We already saw it in just that last veto. Ascent coming
Yeah,
in
he
from
took a
playoffs
lot of
here.
damage, though.
Do you play veto chicken with it, or do you ban it out? If you ban it out, you've got to be confident across the rest of the
Holy
maps.
shit, that's actually
Full Sense
an
have picked
insane
Pearl for the
fusion.
second time here
Oh,
into
man.
T1. Every team, I mean, we'll go into it later, but
Yep.
every team that's picked Pearl into T1, it has been no bueno. T1 get to select Lotus. That was previously banned by Full Sense in the last veto. So this is very much T1 kind of calling their play, as it were. However, when we did watch Full Sense on Lotus, some of those clips that we were talking about when we were talking about Jim Boys Raze, that was just their last game against
That's
KRX. The double duelist pairing was popping, and their new comp from Full Sense on Lotus was pretty bloody good.
Well, okay, look, picking into T1's map, is it, we were saying with PaperX and GE just now, you know, you only win it so many times before you eventually lose it.
I mean, maybe.
Does the theory still happen with that?
It just keeps
Oops.
happening. I think T1 will have been more surprised than anyone
Dynamite.
if this happens. I think for Full Sense, you know, I'd like to see a different comp maybe. I need to see real strong rep here. He can't do it again. Sure, I think the last time they got caught out by the comps was from T1.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that there is an element of that to it, especially neutralizing the Cypher a little bit. But this veto, for me, instreams confidence from Full Sense.
It
no,
does.
they said, we're going to run back the veto and we're going to beat you. They would have felt like that series was winnable for them last time.
Holy
Chris has
shit,
talked about
people
they've got
actually
some
predict
things
Full
they've
Sense.
They've got some adjustments. We've already seen one of those.
I think it's T1 all day, but if Full Sense win, I'll be so happy.
Full Sense cook here. It's still only the upper bracket game. They've got more in the tank in lowers if they need it.
Is this correct, by the way?
50-50.
I thought Pilsky picked Full Sense.
No, I will
No,
Full
no,
Sense.
I
You pick
usually,
Full Sense.
I usually go for
Yeah.
Full Sense. I usually go for Full
Nelson, I smelled Cruz on the desk yesterday and he smelled like
Alright, you were
victory.
right
He's
about
let them time for Full Sense.
Yeah, you were right about GE, so is that why it's just time?
I just he had so
I don't think
much
he'll kill the
confidence
boss,
about how
though.
good they were going to be. He felt like this rematch was going to go their way in its entirety. He said this is the best Full Sense of look. It feels like they're finding their footing, and I find it hard not to believe at this point.
Yeah, I agree with you completely on that, which is why I've gone with Full Sense as
Well, he's done a crazy
Pilsky,
build, though, I
you're
will say
pretty
that.
confident about T1 today?
I'm reasonably confident.
On
Like,
paper, it's good.
I feel like Full Sense have to peak.
Oh,
to
he's
be honest.
already
I
on the
think this has
boss
to be a
type
good game
shiz.
for Full Sense if they're going to win the series today. T1, I think that they're just the more in-full team. I think they've got better players across the board, whereas some of the players
Geeking. He's
have been
geeking.
very up and down. So look, let's see what Full Sense has. If they're going to get their peak form today, run the veto back and win, full credit to them, and finally we'll see them in an international event.
Yeah, this would be Full Sense's first time going to an international event if they win today, but they are facing against T1, another massive.
Okay, let's see how he does this. Okay. He's got him half, and I think he has a revive. But here it comes. Oh no, this is the other one. Oh my gosh, she's gonna do it. How the fuck did he just do that? That's insane.
Today's matchup. Buzz.
Oh shiz,
Primi.
Buzz. Oh shiz.
It is an exciting day here in Pacific. We're about to find out
This
which
is Aura
team
right
is
here.
going to be joining Global Esports in Masters London. But we got T1 facing off against Full Sense. And T1, not only do they have a 10-match winning streak here in Pacific, all of their players have made it to internationals. All of their players have earned a trophy. Some even have two. What does Full Sense have to say about that? That is probably going to be the question for today.
Look, they've been greedy with the trophies over on T1. Is today going to shake up differently? We just saw Buzz and Primi there, two real spearheads of the roster. Now Stax and Kahlua, I think unsung heroes of both of their teams. I think, for me, I can't wait for this game. It's a battle of experience versus the Thai firepower. It's, you know, that kind of structure versus the so much flair that both of these teams have. I think across the board, all 10 of these players can truly take over.
Yeah, I mean, talent and potential has never
Oh,
been
I don't
Full
care about
Sense's
this.
problem. It's just about composure and getting the wins across the board. For T1, I feel like they just need to do what they always do. They're the expected victors. They're the veterans in this matchup. They have a star-studded roster.
Now, what is that?
But again, there's a few questions of like, how hard was their group potentially?
Well, Full Sense also has their own experienced player in the form of Cruz here, leading the ship,
What is
leading in
this?
so many different ways. Even last year, he had to do translations when they were on talent. But one thing in common, Frost, who just qualified
guy's
to
too
London
goofy to
with
not
his
keep
GE
using it.
team, formally said when he was on talent with this squad, when Kahlua finally joined this roster,
see how he
that
does
this was
here.
one of the best teams in the world. And he's saying the same about Global Esports as well. Do you guys believe that? Do you think this is one of the best teams in the world that could be going to Masters London?
Go crazy,
I
I
think on
guess.
their day,
Izu.
yes, that's always been the question for Full Sense. When
Leviathan.
they play to their best, they look absolutely unbeatable, but sometimes they have
How do I
trouble.
time it?
I
Like,
think T1
how we-
have been more consistent. That's certainly what they have going for them. But, you know, ultimately, over on the international stage, they want to run it back.
I'm pretty sure he does. I'm gonna
It's not
close
so
it
hot from them.
for 10
I mean,
seconds.
if
Let's
Izu
see
has
if he
anything to
does
say
anything.
about it, then this series is going to be open and shut. This
Oh.
guy has just been phenomenal. He's one of the most entertaining and flexible players.
Okay, he has
to watch
5
in
balls.
this
2,
city.
1,
I
2,
think you're
1,
gonna
1.
have to see, as
2,
mentioned
1, 2,
before,
1, 1.
Ceiling from these Full Sense players. Leviathan's been up and down. We had Chip Boys popping off the other day, but he had, you know, that bind game where he went kind of missing a little bit. They
Mateo.
managed to get the win regardless.
Mateo.
Kahlua really pops off on the sky, but his
This is
numbers
AI?
drop off a little bit when he's playing some of the rest of the cast. So I think it's just about how consistently can Full Sense step up to the level of a star-studded T1 roster.
I like what we started seeing from Meteor last week. I think this was a little bit closer to the Meteor that we know, but like you guys were pointing out earlier, we still haven't seen Meteor at his peak performance yet. We haven't seen a lot of those Meteor-type plays. We can break that down in a bit, but Jit Boys, on the other hand, with
Can't
the
read that.
role swaps, I'm really like
Holy
where
shiz, I'm
Full Sense is taking
completely
this.
Yeah, I mean,
geeked.
he was often, you know, tasked with playing that Senti role at the end of the day and then stepping
Okay,
into the
2,
IGL
1,
duties.
2,
Now I
1,
feel
1.
like he's been let loose. He's not even just on Neon. They're trusting him on a whole array of
I'm pretty
different
sure.
duelists, and they're trusting
Well,
him
it's
to
2,
put
1,
up
1,
frags
2,
across
1.
the board. You have the two coaching
2,
staff
1,
here.
1, 2, 1.
The obviously being part of that full sense coaching staff, but unable to be with the team right now, puts a little bit more burden on the side of full sense. And KDG here for T1, a breath of fresh air into this team
They're
that had
both
this.
like our rookies of Pacific this year.
Sushi
too.
Blaze,
As coaches, they
he's-
are.
I
He's
think a
the
good thing
king
for
of
Full Sense is having
KRX.
someone like Sushi Boys in the coaching booth. He's been there in the
Tight
past.
shiz,
He's
brother,
been to
tight shiz.
international events. I think he's able to help in a lot of different ways outside of that just regular traditional coach that comes through a coaching
So for
pipeline.
good series.
I think for me this game is going to be.
Oh wait, am I
easy.
am I
I'm
completely
expecting
caught up?
all 6 maps. I'm starting it off on Pearl, Full Sense doubling
think
down
so.
and picking it once again into T1.
I think I like it though.
Does anyone
Like you
remember
said,
it?
I have more
Oh yeah, he's
faith
doing
that
it.
this is
He's
because
actually
they
doing it
figure
when the
something
game's
out and
closed.
they are confident on the win.
It's
Otherwise,
just
it would
not.
be
He's doing it.
absolutely insanity. There's no other reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I think it really does show the departure of a full sense team in a post-Frost era. Frost will be doing all kinds of crazy, weird stuff with his veto.
Yeah.
It is very tight to just say, run it back, and this time
Oh,
we're gonna cook you. Like, I really do feel like they've embraced a little bit more of that energy. It's not obviously just, you know, running the same things, kind of running your head into a brick wall over and over again. There is nuance, there is adjustments.
Of course.
Cruz has very good reads. They've got very experienced coaching staff at this point. But why did Full Sense pick Pearl again after it has never worked for any other
Oh.
team against T1? Well, this is why.
Yes, I love this. So when we saw this matchup in the group stage, it was T1 that were changing the comp. Now it's Full Sense. They felt like their Cypher was getting
Jeez, bro.
countered, so they're moving to that Vice to counter the solo Neon. I love that. And then also with the Duelist, it's now going to be Jit on the Phoenix, and it's going to be Primi on the Jet. Primi on the Jet has been a staple forever. He's so good on that agent. I'm feeling great for Full
Yeah,
Sense.
T1, they had pretty good attacking sides with this double E-Nit, using a lot of their util to get on the site and fight on the site. These guys don't shy away from taking fights or playing the post plant with double E-Nit, so I want to see T1 get aggressive yet again.
Well, one thing's for sure is that Pacific has one of the most competitive regions in the world. I think our top 4 teams are definitely going to be the best out there, which is probably why the T1 Full Sense predictions are split
Oh, yeah.
amongst talents, including between our casters, Elfish Guy and Quack.
Yeah, thanks so much, Desk. Obviously, a big game coming up here as well. Another
forgot
spot at
to,
on the line, and we've got T1 and Full Sense taking one
Check
another on.
them
What's your
emo
take,
time.
Quack? What have you got to say for yourself?
4 hours.
For my prediction, I
Yeah.
mean, it just feels
10,
like similar to what
10,
Big Time said. The confidence feels like, you know, especially
Oh,
watching
he's
this Pro
crushing the
competition
second
right now.
loss.
Yeah, I mean, look, I guess that's going to be something that we'll get into in just a second. For me, T1 hard to go past them with the consistency that they've been showing throughout the season so far.
Respect it for sure. I mean, it has been a flawless run for sure for T1. They've been, you know, pretty much incredibly strong throughout every single performance in their group stage, but Full Sense is on that trending upward game, and it's been quite a few years since they've made it to an international.
Yeah, well, Full Sense, they dominated KRX yesterday. Primi and Jit Boys were certainly on a bit of a tear, but now it's time for them to take on the final boss of the Korean teams in this stage. T1 with a flawless run in groups, only 1 map lost. Who was it against? It was against Full Sense, so let's see whether or not maybe Full Sense can go one better today.
The rematch, round 2. But for this, I mean, it's T1, kind of the cream of the crop of Korean Valorant right now, at least with current groups. Meanwhile, Full Sense, new composition coming in, is the exact same one that PaperX tends to play.
Okay.
Guys can work out so well in countering the Neon. It all depends on how they actually make it work. T1 on the attacking side. They've gone off to a bit of a split. Astro Star is just to control A main.
All right, early presence from Full Sense out of A. They'll be getting that orb, there's no
Right.
doubt about that. As has become customary, it will go over to the Phoenix, so Jit Boys already trying to build that, run it back up.
Trying to play it faster with the Neon straight down B long. Seeing Thorns though, so he's not too happy. Kind of some
He's
kind of
not too
coordinated
happy, he's
push, maybe send
crazy.
The Teo stun towards the back, but a quick check coming out from Cruz the Flash.
Yeah, Primi set up on that line, but there's a possibility he gets swung by multiple players here. That said, Sheriff in hand. This is the kind of guy that you want in a position like this. He can tap away a couple of heads before the round even really kicks off. Distraction in through streets. Now it's Primmy's turn to have an impact.
That's
and he gets
insane.
out right in front of Buzz. The slide doesn't matter if you don't even get into it. And so great defense initially from Full Sense. It will push T1 away.
Yeah, quick mid-round call to cancel. Meteor just saw multiple contacts outside of middle. He managed to get away with his life intact, so 4v5 retake perhaps. The sheer wall trip will buy some time for Full Sense to get rotations across, but still ultimately spike down onto
Oh
A.
my.
If they can
This
actually
whole
set up
radar is
positions,
crazy.
you got Alarmbot, you got
Oh my
Salvos,
gosh.
could still be pretty good, but look at the path. The pathing that Full Sense is taking, split all across, preventing A main positions to be settled in, but okay, Munchkin on a bit of a lurk as well.
Spike planted.
That was a pretty quick read from Full Sense, but even still, T1 not set up too poorly.
Hang
Kahlua, he's going to be the toe
Oh my
tickler
gosh.
of the round. Munchkin, unfortunately, doesn't get to take any further part. 3v5 now for T1, so that's a bit of an awkward timing in the end. Meteor, though, says, no, thank you
Ouch.
very much. I'm not having what you're selling, Full Sense, and we're back straight into a
No,
2-on-2.
util.
Primmy and Kahlua, the two big dogs of the contest so far, are
Ouch.
deleted by Stacks. And it doesn't matter how good you are during the regular season as Primmy and Kahlua. Now we're in playoffs and T1 are here to play.
Oh my god.
Let's see how bro did.
3v5 pistol post
He's
plant.
owning that
It starts with
snake.
this, and I've been told you like toes.
Hey,
You're-
hang on a second.
Pilsky-
Don't put words in my mouth.
Pilsky said it.
I'm just going to put it out there that that is not true.
Previous cast that you had, but either way, this is the ultimate play for the round itself. What a flick, 90 degrees off to the side. He could have whiffed, but thankfully, that's
Master
what brought
winners.
it
They're
back
master winners.
alongside Meteor's double. Off to the next round now, and still trying to play counter around the aiming presence that Full Sense wants to go for.
Jib Boys once again going to be donated the Alt Orb. Full Sense try and push their way forward here. Like you say, a bit of a setup though from T1. And Full Sense on their way back into A. So no
What the
engagement
fudge is this?
time around.
Oh, my arm.
Coming back to re-clear at least. Just a bit of drone. Meteor still looking to lurk all around. Munchkin a bit of his own lurk as well.
Holy
What
shit.
a click. And that's going to be enough for Full Sense to kind of peel off. Happy with the pickup. They have information now, and T1 probably not wanting to commit any further to this A site.
Yeah. Again, it's Primmy that's able to open the round up. You can see he's definitely having impact. So early signs are good in that respect for Full Sense, that he's still having some kind of impact early in these rounds. Full Sense do need Primmy online today, but it'll be tough to win
Oh,
a round
why'd
like
he
this
give
even
up
with
for
an
that?
opening kill. So T1
That's
forcing
weird.
their way into B.
30 seconds left.
At least a bulldog for Full Sense's troubles, at least. If they
He
can
gets
get
one more,
close
it
enough, Get more
hurts.
guns away, that should be still a pretty nice consolation prize. But T1, they split themselves apart. Just eyes in towards Link. At the same time, everyone else positioned a little bit further apart. Munchkin just checking in case it's the long rotation instead. So kind of a good idea of where Full Sense should be positioned right now. It's either Link or the back of B long. And either T1 goes in for a check or not, but down to it at the end, just maybe dying to the spike still. So nothing too exciting for now, but T1 trying to hold on to their guns to the best of their ability, make it a good potential bonus conversion on the next. We've kind of already seen like what T1's game plan could be, right? It's always just to contest for that A main fight. They know the orb is going to be a pretty big point of contention for
That
Full
was
Sense.
crazy.
And apart from that, if Meteor is just consistently lurking towards middle as well, that's what that Killjoy can do. Play off turret contact. Otherwise, it's also Munchkin to just continue off his own lurk as well. I mean, every single player on T1 just so individually capable right now. And that's always been the story for this team.
Oh, fudge my arm. Okay, what the
This'll be
fudge
first
glass
attempt
cannon
for
up?
Full Sense to really make some inroads. Primmy straight away with that operator in hand.
Locating target.
Might get droned out. Deleted in the end before Primmy is
That's,
spotted.
yeah.
So Buzz will be the unfortunate benefactor of that information.
Meteor, though, how has he slipped past?
3 rounds in a row, though, where Primmy has found the opening kill. Kind of love to see that for Full Sense. But you're right, Meteor's position here could make all the difference. It's a question of where does he decide to go, and surely not straight back into the operator of Primi.
Primi, you were disgusting.
Oh, Primi's fallen off the line, misses the shot, back on
He
in.
didn't even take the shot.
To safety of the B side. In fact, he makes it his own safe side as he just cleans house. Primi is
Oh,
on a
1
10
HP.
today again.
Again, the key word, but still low HP now.
30
Enough
now.
damage is done. Even though Primi was taken
now
down,
0.
Jitboys comes back in.
Well, Jitboys was the 1-2 punch yesterday with Primi, and if both of those players are online, then today could be a really good day for Full Sense. I don't imagine there's much in this one, of course, for Meteor. So just going to let that defuse go by. Full Sense will claim the first gun round. 2-1 the score. T1 aware that you're going to have to find a way to deal with Primi if they want to win this map.
And it feels as though, although we did just witness Paper X on the Pro as well, this is
I have to lay down. My arm hurts so bad, it's insane. It's like I got like cancer or something.
Incredible shots on the operator. The composition the same, and although they are running
it's so
back
bad.
the same Pearl pick against T1,
I will not
T1
fall
having
asleep.
a flawless run of it
This
so far
arm
in
is
the group stage.
disgustingly
We're gonna
hard.
have a different story today. Primi being
Okay.
applying these picks, he's still going with Glass Cannon. And the rest of the team
shiz.
just kind of maybe setting up off of it as well. Do we have
You gotta be
pause?
kidding me.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
But that's what Primi needs to do, you know? It's always the same thing, up B long. The drone is a nice attempt.
Oof, it's
If
tech.
he's not cleared, then he is, well, not cleared. The whole team able to play around it. Jitboys as well, we just saw yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really what I'm looking out for Full Sense, is if Primi and Jitboys are both having same performances yesterday, then I think they will very much be a handful for T1. Obviously, there's a big conversation point around this Pearl pick from Full Sense, but again, you kind of got to back yourself, and I imagine that they are doing that after a good day yesterday, and you know they even played this map in the regular season, the group stage up against T1, and can learn from that. To be fair, the only team to take a map from T1 in that group stage as well. It's not such a stretch to imagine that Full Sense could topple them today.
Yeah, it's incredibly possible. The last time that they did play, you know, Full Sense was, let's just say they went out with a whimper. Like, so many big rounds. I think it was an 8-4 first half for T1 on the attacking side, just because they didn't allow for anyone else from Full Sense to come out on top. It was the Neon Phoenix back then, but now, with the adaptations coming in, the Vige as well working out against Buzz's Neon, it's going to be more difficult, I think, for T1 to find clear entry into sight. And at the same time, now that you know an operator is in play, it makes you think twice about how you want to take that space. If you go back in to clear out A main, if you do it without drones, without proper utility, Primi could be posted up on an angle that you don't expect. So it's going to have to be a very careful approach now. It's still early days.
Well, just to update everyone as to what's happening. It's just a keyboard issue on the Full Sense side that looks to be getting worked on at the moment. Should be sorted pretty quickly. And one of those things that you want to make sure you've got all sorted before the game gets a little bit too deep.
Definitely one of those things to not be tinkered with during the game. How are you liking it so far, though? So far with today's games.
Look, I will say, if this game goes the distance, if we go to 3 maps for this one, my throat might be in a bit of trouble. 2 big days in a row.
What?
Yesterday was a pretty quick day, actually, all things considered. But backing it up, you know, that's not the easiest thing in the world. So we'll see if I lose my voice tomorrow. We'll see. It, I think, largely depends on how this game actually does play out.
How about your heart rate?
There's been moments, for sure. I think the GE win certainly got it going a little bit. I mean, that was such a cool story.
Oh.
You know, it's one of those things that you don't really think it's going to happen. You don't really believe until it's locked in.
What?
You know, because they did feel like such underdogs coming into that game. This game feels a little bit different. I feel like this is a bit more of a 50-50, as Morgan said on the desk there. Both teams obviously very, very strong during the group stage. T1 haven't had to play so far in the playoffs, but Full Sense looked great yesterday. So I could see a world where either of these teams to actually pull this one off. But we're back in here for round 4, and Primi is wanting to have an impact early. This time a missed shot, but he is able to dash back out to safety. He's also got Cruz there to just wait patiently for Buzz, who's having a real rough time of starting this map off.
Got down by Izu though through the smokes, and now straight defaults. It's again 2 lurks, Munchkin and Meteor. Players that Full Sense aren't fully aware of just yet. They're thinking about it though, getting the rotations back in. Not seeing too much movement, but around mid doors, you got to be careful.
Primi, good for
Spike
another
down
one.
mid.
He is all over the map at the moment. It doesn't seem to matter where T1 goes.
It's pretty big though. With Cruz being gunned down, there's not that much information off still, so players still needed to be posted up by Link. You're thinking about A now. At the very least, you have Leviathan inside of A main, and that's extra as comfortable position.
How is he everywhere?
Nice.
How is he always where he needs to
30
be?
seconds
Primi
left.
has just got such an
He's wall
intuitive read
hacking.
right now.
Spike
Jit Boy's in
down
there
mid.
Huge.
for another. Surround is kind of falling apart for T1. You're seeing this very slow, methodical style from T1, and I think a lot of that largely is because Buzz is just getting absolutely booked on every entry. They can't go anywhere fast, but they are just getting picked apart in both of these 2 rounds. It's Primi finding a kill with the operator, and then slowly, one by one, T1 losing players around the map, and then the round is kind of over.
That's crazy.
You're absolutely right. It's just darn incredible how this guy's consistently repositioned to the right spots now.
Okay.
Gets the first one, sure. Back over onto mid doors. Yeah, okay, you can kind of count that. But inside of connector and just being able to find the next one off of it as well. That is something to behold. Timeout forced from T1. And they really have their work cut out for him. You got to deal with, you know, potentially Cruz with a huge obstacle on the Vi's utility. You've got to deal with Primi on this operator. And with a composition like what T1 is employing, I mean, I don't know. Recon just to force Primi off of a line, perhaps? The Sova drone's going to be, or Sova Recon's going to be quite crucial. Otherwise, if you're relying on just Buzz's movement alone, that's a little bit risky.
Yeah. Again, solo duelists into this setup, it's not been fun so far for Buzz. And if he doesn't find a way to activate it, it's just going to go from bad to worse, I think, for T1. Not really expecting it necessarily in this round. Maybe the ulti coming through from Stax can make a bit more space for Buzz, sort of unsettle some of the defenders. But it's been pretty grim so far. Buzz is going to have another crack here at trying to open up a bit of space.
Oh, look at Full Sense though. Prowler, Primi posted up A main. They're already all set up around the A site, so T1 has to really rethink their decisions. They are clearing out some early utility. Now they could still go back over onto B. Of course, they're not entirely privy to that information yet. 2 Prowlers sent.
Again, slow and steady wins the race here. As far as T1 are concerned, they really don't want to try to push the issue too much. That drone has spotted Primi. So info given, and Primi's really under pressure here. He's getting flanked in from behind by Buzz. That's a little bit more like it for T1. Nothing Killua could have done about it. Smoked off. Primi out on an island.
No spike yet though. T1 just in position now, trying to mark the flanks, but Cruz!
Ouch.
It's a sharp shot. And you're right, Spike hasn't gone down just yet with 35 seconds here. T1 will need to get a bit of a wriggle on and get that plan down. Full sense of more or less made that full rotate across. Jitboy's calling
That's
on
crazy.
the run it back, and he gets some value
Wait,
out of it.
what?
As he finishes off Stax. So player advantage now for Full Sense on this retake. T1 though with some retrieved weapons, still in with a chance. Op shot connects. Buzz having an impact in this round. 2 kills for him so far, but it'll be no more. It's on to Izu. Can't get it
I
done.
swear I
Full
looked
Sense
at
have another,
T1's
but
weapons,
that's
they all had pistols,
bad
and then
damage
Buzz
done
just
by
had an
T1
op.
in the round.
Yeah, start to build up to
Oh,
more
Primi's
ults.
dead.
Maybe.
I can't see because my chair.
Lockdown would be nice. Overdrive could be
That makes
pretty
sense.
sweet as well. But thinking about the round alone, I mean, it's a lovely attempt, but when it came down to the actual site itself, although they managed to find, you know, incredible pathing and stuns on towards Primi, Cruz taking a shot towards the back just gives him, you know, an equal footing. And then it's at that sort of stalemate between both teams on the site. T1 was trying to wait and see if there would be that early rotation, early flood back in from Full Sense. But Full Sense were doing the same thing. And as
Nice.
soon as they heard the tap, in with run it back. Operator brought back in as well, and Primi goes to same position. The T1 just overrun him.
Oh, Primi again, gonna try for a similar angle,
insane.
maybe a little less aggressive this time around. No connection there onto Buzz, but
Brother.
pulls out the peak. He's gonna stick around, he can still dash back for half a second and eventually
Holy
has to
shit.
pull it. So space is taken by T1. Oh, Primi wants to re-aggress onto that line. It's bold, but he backs himself, and why
What?
not? He's barely missing at this point. He's gonna go again. He is gonna go again. This is just what he does. Never mind.
Yeah, high-low on the other side. Okay, that's a wise call. Meteor on the lurk.
Ooh, this time Chip Boys doesn't get the timing right. It's a crucial pick for Meteor. Let's T1 back in the conversation a little bit.
My goodness. Well, Primi has repositioned as well, though. So even with the lockdown in, he could find a pick.
Gonna try and
Yikes.
play in front of it here, Cruz and
Doesn't
Primi
have to move.
to try to back him up. Oh, a missed shot.
Okay.
That felt like it was a foregone conclusion, Primi to take it for free, but not the case. So they get pushed away. That will allow the spike to go down.
Killa trying to allow for Primi to come back in. So still more utility to go off of, and Primi has Blaze Storm available, just no dash just yet. Kind of waits for the smoke to dissipate first, but a second one comes up, and T1 starts to push them back with the drones and recons now.
Yeah, that is some costly timing. Tagged up by that recon bolt as well, so that slows things down even further. It's go time.
Holy
Has to
shiz.
be for full sense.
He
Primi
got
will
one,
catch
no way.
Meteor, but still more to find as Kahlua starts to filter his way on through for two.
Okay.
Helped out by Leviathan. Full sense are low-key kind of making this look easy.
Yeah, I know this sounds crazy, but I need to take a bath.
I actually might agree.
I
I
take a
just can't
bath.
believe that
My arm still
even
hurts.
Without, you know, the
After map
most
one, I'll just go
ideal
to sleep or
situation
something,
the right
'cause
tools
I
per
can't-
se, it still would
It is
be
the
Primi
worst pain
as the
I've been in a
catalyst. He
while.
just updrafts, floats
So
down
I
the
guess
air,
I'll just keep it
spots
running and
clear
watch
out
in the
by
bathtub
barrel,
too.
Manages to get 2 knives in, or 3 at least, right before the kills go through. And then the team just kind of goes in for the trades off of that. Just incredible kind of trade protocols that you're seeing from everyone else. No one's really overheating or anything just yet. And they're still getting the right reads over the map. T1 playing it slow. They're still trying to go off of that double lurk, you know, Meteor Munchkin style, but it's not always good. And now, Primi again.
That's the game plan for full sense, isn't it? Primi go kill. And he's been doing a pretty good job of it so far. It will continue as he's landed one onto Munchkin. I mean, count the opening kills. I think it's almost every single round at this point for Primi. He's been chased down here by Buzz, but traded out as, well, Buzz actually didn't get the kill in the beginning anyway. So, rough going, unfortunately, for T1 at the moment. They're still trying to secure this site, but Full Sense are going to preempt that and push their way back in. Cruz for the double,
Spike
drops the
down,
spike,
B.
and where is Meteor? Well, he is up to some trickery. He's kind of really living up to his
Yeah.
name. He's out in space at this point.
Oh, you had to do it to him. That's lovely. I mean, he really was. I'm not entirely sure what the game plan was, if everyone was just to commit into B, but Meteor being over on A side tries to cut off players as they try to rotate. He managed to find Leviathan, but not early enough. He was alone. What I want to see from T1, though, is something more
30 seconds left.
impactful, explosive. You've got stacks on the Hunter's Rear for the past couple rounds now. Surely that could count for something to push Primi off the op lines.
Yeah.
Instead, it's dry contacts, and Primi takes that every day. Jit Boys as well.
Well, I suspect the game plan in that instance is Buzz slides in onto Primi and actually kills him. You know, because it looks like he catches him off guard here, but still kind of doesn't get it done.
Yeah, I've got my own shotgun. It's a sawed-off.
Does the job. Yeah, nothing really working out here for T1. They are really struggling to get into these sites without losing players.
Ooh, okay. Don't want to translate that. But you might see, with the next round now coming in, more commitment from T1.
I don't think so. I mean, again, they're just
Okay.
so passive, so reserved, and that is giving time for Primi to work. He's pushed his way out B.
All the way up.
Careful.
Might not be able to get out of dodge, though.
He's on the line, waiting for the peak. It's just a question of whether or not he hits his shot. He's always there, always where he needs to be. His reads have been impeccable. This time, will be spotted out by that drone. Just going to push his way back to the pillar.
You are divided.
Cruz is close by as well, so there's support.
That's awkward. Cruz is able to hold on to the Streets push. And Primmy's here now as well. He says that I can get it done
Here.
with the long-range weapon or the short-range weapon.
Jitboys has arrived too.
Give me a chance. Molly to try to slow T1 down. I don't think they need any help slowing down at this point because they have been playing incredibly reserved, and it seems as though they're even still a little bit scared about making their way into B here.
Both sides just waiting for the smokes to drop.
Yeah, waiting for all that util
30 seconds
to go
left.
down. Primmy here. Could be on for two, could be on for none this time. In the end, though, Cruz and Jitboy still seem like they've got it on lock. Cruz's position, a strong one, eventually dug out, but Leviathan is there to filter through and bring it down to the 1v1. Stax is low. He's got the spike, 14 seconds. Smoke starting to fade. Leviathan surely knows where Stax is coming from here. This is a free kill if I've ever seen one. Another round for Full Sense.
Oh, the freest. Already knew where the spike was going down. Nice try, but still, the brawl's not working out for T1. I never thought I would have to say that. Full Sense. I mean, if Primmy goes down, Jitboy steps up. If Jitboy goes down, you got everyone else. Killua, even Cruz coming back in for some support. Leviathan is the final, I guess, raid boss in this round at least. But that's what works out for this TIE squad currently. T1 really tried some trickery. They tried to slow things down, but it's still not working out. Let's pick up the pace, perhaps, maybe, while Primmy continues to go off on his own. 1-4 split, still.
Well, a bit more presence shown by T1 early in this round as they claim space outside of A, but again, for all the good that's going to do.
Well, that's the default they want to operate off of. Back over onto Primmy, and they've got stars this time, but he's taken a huge off angle.
He's just so aggressive, isn't he? He's just backing himself. And I really like that from Primmy. He's hitting his shots at the moment. Drone may not spot him. Oh, okay, missed shot. Buzz now will try to chase him down. Primmy dashing back. He's been spotted. He's stuck. He needs help. He's not going to get it. This time, Buzz claims the opener. So Primmy might have to start reining it in a little bit. T1 are certainly trying to take him out of these rounds. Jitboys with the re-aggression. So 1-for-1. Rochka not doing too poorly and opens up the door for Meteor to work into A on the timing.
Yeah, that's that pace. It's a bit more controlled, but still being able to find it quickly into sight. It's something that Full Sense weren't fully expecting. So now, as Killua steps in, it's already Meteor in the forward line, but goes down anyway. Even though the haunt doesn't really land, at least he could be able to look for some wallbang shots, but it's not safe enough.
Oh, well, Stuck's under a bit of pressure here on the site. Killua trying to wrap in and finds him in the back of the head. Buzz's position now given away. Cruz will be aware of where both of these players are. He hears Buzz backing off.
Buzz is slippery, though.
Yeah, it's a tough ask now for Cruz to try to catch up to him and just jiggle peeking on that corner. Overstays is welcome. Is this still winnable for Cruz? Maybe it's not. So he's pushed away from that defuse. He's going to have to tap it again, try to draw that peek through from Izu, who is ever so reliable. The half secured. Not sure it's going to be enough here for Cruz, though. Izu has it on lock. Finally, T1 have another.
For the first time in, I think, 5 actual full rounds. A thrifty is how T1 put themselves back on the board. Incredible. You start off with, well, Primmy, massive cojones. But then he goes down at the end with a sudden shotgun play. Towards the beast, I mean the EA side though, then Cruz makes it his best effort, tapping the spike and everything, but Mr. Reliable Izu arrives on the crime scene. So the same proceedings now with T1 operating off of this initial approach. They're expecting Primmy to be over by B, but repositions are at hand.
It's going to be that same take for T1 into A main. Jitboy's trying to get aggressive on that line this time around. A change up from Primmy's position into mid. Meteor, for a second, looked like he would walk into it. Oh, he still might. Primmy goes on better this time. He's not going to be out of the conversation for long.
Yeah, didn't expect them there, did them? But still, out from A site, the 4-1 is something that T1 hasn't really seen yet. Primmy, what?
He just doesn't stop. He just does not stop. He thinks he's like the main character in this movie, which, to be fair, he might be.
Yes, he is him.
Himmy.
Himothy.
Well, Himothy strikes again.
Spike down mid.
And he really does seem like he's got plot armor at this point because he just seems to keep getting out of these situations. He could go for one more, misses the flick, of course, a tough one onto the sliding Neon, but he's well and truly done his job.
Yeah, numbers advantage. Instantly, the rotation slowly coming across. Kilo can slow it down with Nightfall, but Buzz has slipped through.
Didn't get tagged by it, no. So already across. The Prowler does seek him out in the end. They'll be aware there's a player in the backhaul. We're back to that post plant now with the plant going down on behalf of T1. Jit Boys finding Buzz's position for Killua. So 2 players left to defend, no ultis available. This will be a tough hold for T1. Munchkin needs to land that shot. Now stuck in the corner. I don't think he's got anywhere to go, and the wall keeping Izu isolated can't help Munchkin. It should surely be another round for Full Sense. Defuse tapped, Cruz finishes it off. Full Sense up to 7. They're on their merry way on the defensive Pearl right now.
I don't lose.
Could be 9-3. We'll have to see. But that is just light work. You know, it kind of looked like a, what, 4v3, 4v2. But it really is 5. Just because you got that run it back. There's incredible ways to, first of all, I mean, insane. He's got screw loose, just pushing all the time. No escape plan, but still lands incredible shots. And then for the trades to come in, the numbers advantage always belonged to Full Sense. T1 are starting off rounds always losing, you know, to first bloods, first picks, and working at a disadvantage from that point. Now they're, you know, coming in with scrounched up Arsenal as well, and once again trying to deal with Primi.
Reserved approach for T1, and this time actually a little bit more of a reserved approach for Full Sense as well. Do have Leviathan that's just jiggling on that line, sees the info.
Yeah, just a bit, and that might be enough. 3 players, there's a slight high-low, you still have all those traps.
Pulls the push out of, that's an interesting phrase, pulls the push out of Primi, but it's exactly what it's done. He's pushed his way down B, he's not seen anything, and so Full Sense are able to free rotate the rest of their forces over toward A. They've got 4 players to defend. Hunter's Fury going through, Izu connecting for a couple as well. Full Sense with the numbers, unable to hold on to A.
What just happened? Izu, Salvos manages to break apart the high-low. Primi left in the 1v3.
If anyone's going to win it, it will be Primi, but
you get 1 kill, get the Blaze Storm out.
Spotted out. It's a really tough ask. I mean, this is just such a solid post-plant setup.
I want to see him try, though. Oh.
No, he's not going to give it a crack. Wants to save that operator through to the next round. Makes sense. Full Sense still have a strong lead here. They can play for the 8-4.
Yeah, fair enough. But again, I think the execution from T1 is a sight to behold. We should get that on a replay because the salvos, the stuns, must have been something. Maybe Buzz with a relay bolt as well. And Full Sense were kind of trapped in their spots. Meanwhile, there's that 1 corner from Leviathan, but wasn't quite able to, you know, drag the crosshair across the screen accurately. And at the end, again, it's another round that T1 puts on the board through a Thrifty.
That replay that you're talking about.
Yeah, stunned. Hit by the missiles.
It's just so much to dodge for Full Sense, right? You talk about the salvos, there's obviously a Hunter's Fury in there as well. A lot going on. So despite the fact that Full Sense have got 4 players over on that side, they just can't find really enough comfort.
It's amazing.
Ooh, hang on, this could be a brawl at the start of this round. Full Sense look like they want to go aggressive outside of A. Maybe not.
Okay, quick call to disengage, perhaps with some, you know, utility to haunt, or I mean the recon. Still though, back over onto middle. Meteor in a corner.
Just around the corner. Not going to quite catch off Meteor too hard, but Jit Boys gets the job done anyway. Double for Full Sense to start the round. Jit Boys on a absolute rampage. He's just reminding us that he kind of exists as well. You know, we have that same problem as we had yesterday where it's like, oh yeah, Primi's pretty good. Primi's really a good player. I love Primi. And then Jit Boys is like, I exist too.
Yeah, let me have some of the spotlight. Munchkin, though, out from the shadows, will be silenced. And it's a flawless for Full Sense. We can't forget Jit Boys. What a Chad. What a lad. The Phoenix just quickly asserting himself back through B-Link, or Art, specifically. And that's just actually, you know, a big call from the entirety of Full Sense as well. So many rounds where they've played kind of off of Primy's operator positions or just settling down, but suddenly seeing nothing much else outside of A, they decide to pivot back over the mid, and it's a quick one. So T1 weren't expecting it, and that's going to be that 4-8 first half. T1, not the same scoreline that we saw them play last.
No, it was a reverse, in fact, was it not? It was 8-4 for T1, I think you said earlier. So it's a bit of a recovery for Full Sense, that's for sure.
Come on, do the pose. I don't think she's got the game. I think she's trying to hide her face.
Shy.
Testing. There, I ripped out the cable.
Just gonna leave you on camera for the full 20 seconds. How about that? Do the pose or you stay.
I feel like Orochimaru, man, when he got his jujitsu stolen.
Ooh, there we go.
Or the fourth Hokage.
A lot of Korean fans for sure here to support.
Or the third, I can't remember.
For Primy, well, not just Primy, but
Yeah, I'm gonna push through the last map and then fudge it. I'm sleeping, bro. I'm sleeping. It's never been this bad. I definitely heard something. Holy shit, man. Even the bath, I can even like fully extend the left arm outwards. I also stood up too fast. So what happened? Primy just like ate ass or something?
Still though, while we're seeing
Oh, no one showed up on T1, that's why.
right now, it's Full Sense very much so in command. Primy Killua also up there.
Who the fudge was 12-4? That's insane. That's insane.
Should see a lot more
Yeah, I'm asleep after this map. Wake up, try not to get spoiled. Usually that happens. But I think I will anyway, because like, I'll go back to watch the stream, and you can like basically tell if there's one map or two. But you never know. It could be like a fast 13-0 into a fast 13-0. I don't even want to put on a shirt, man. I just want to let my arm free. That was actually disgusting. One of the most disgusting shots I've seen in my life.
Piss around in the back pocket here for Full Sense might be a death sentence for T1 on the map.
That's Cruz. I mean, he heard him running. And then now you suddenly decide to pivot back over to an A split.
Next time we go a lot later on the weights.
Yeah.
I definitely.
That's a good shot. Stacks gets the better of Jit Boys. It's not going to slow down the progression at
Definitely
all,
went too hard.
Full Sense. They're happy to take the side.
That's crazy that they're extended.
Stacks it down. Buzz. Not quite there for two. Plant attempt is in.
Well, it's favorable.
A long way away
Favorite,
T1, but
and it's
solo
Meteor,
push out here for
so.
Cruz. If he loses this duel, all of a sudden it's back to the 2-on-2. Good damage in onto Meteor. He's just trying to buy the time as much as he can now. Munchkin gets Killua.
That's crazy.
Cruz survives against Meteor. That was scary for a moment. Now though, Munchkin with a lot to do and the fast flank in behind.
That's a
him
good
gets
flank.
the better of it. Full Sense 9-4. They take the pistol in the second half, trying to rain on T1's parade.
Ooh, man, no falling asleep again. I can't fall asleep again.
Now might turn into a torrential downpour depending on how the next few rounds could go.
It's
Big
uploading at
scoreline, big
7%.
momentum found just because of this pistol. They go B, they go A. And with the way they worked around the post plant as well, I mean, it was quick reactions from Stacks and Buzz, you know, especially Meteor pushing up B long. But even then,
He actually
Cruz
did
going
that
backwards,
shiz.
they made all the difference. Stayed alive just long enough. Doesn't always land a shot, but still enough damage found. T1 pushing up A.
I need
Cruz says no
1,000 stone.
Forces them away, and it's a pretty fast
Bloodski said 1,000 stone.
towards B. Smoke will be pulled, but I don't think it's going to matter to Full Sense at all. Killua wanting to clear out Munchkin and does get that job done nice and easy. Plant goes down on B. Tough ask ahead here for T1.
Yeah, sure wall will be triggered as well, so alerted to the flank. And then you've got more smokes and walls, just a little gap. Block off Heaven and Link.
That's an easy kill for Cruz. And an easy round for Full Sense as well. It kind of feels like a bit of a walk in the park for Full Sense at the moment.
There's no way these guys can do fast 3. No way.
Yeah, Perla's just
Just let that go in the background.
easy for them. Lotus up next is T1's map pick, but with the way the
I'm
Full
wet.
Sense is looking at the moment, I've got my doubts.
I know, right? They played that against KRX yesterday as well. Now it's just seeing who's going to get more all the points, I suppose. And Primy builds up to it. Izu, oh, he comes out. Actually managed to get 2.
Wow, 2 pistols they had.
But nobody died to the spike.
They
as
won
well.
with a
Full
Marshall,
Sense
2 pistols, and
just
2 guns.
clearly
That's
reading,
insane.
"Alright,
That
there's
was
a big
extremely
push up on
risky.
A. Let's run it down B,
Extremely
get the
risky.
spike. We do everything, according to the book. And if they can continue to perform
Only been
at
here an
this,
hour, man.
degree
Fudge.
of smoothness,
Add
it's going to work out quite well for
11.
them as they reach close to double digits now. Well, actually, they have reached
Like, I could do 2 maps, but then, like, I'm laying down.
but beyond that would be nice.
And then if I lay down, oof, sorry.
Very
lay
mixed
down,
performance from T1 so
and
far.
they win
Nobody
map 2,
really
T1,
popping off in the same way that we'd come to
or if
expect.
it goes to 3rd map,
But it makes you question, though, does T1 suddenly then decide to get a
I'm
lot
cooked,
more
bro.
proactive? Not yet. They're hearing a lot of active movement down B.
we.
Again, fast play from Full Sense. It's Primi that's going to send it in with a dash, trying to find anybody, but hasn't seen anyone just yet. Cruz has gone down. Munchkin's on the side still. Trades do come through in the end for Full Sense in the blink of an eye. Primi and Kalua strike, and now we're back to a 2-on-2.
Just chill,
Primi
just
is gonna
chill, bro.
Try and stand and deliver, but will be pushed away by that Teho util. Kalua repositioning, wants to get aggressive. Drone spot.
That's insane, he's not dead.
Oh, that shock dart will do it. No, it won't. The shots in from Stacks required. Primi alive has been the hero time and time and time again for Full Sense. Can he do it again here against Stacks, who is in his
He has
second
drone, but, like-
one-on-one of the map, and this one is desperately needed for T1, but the odds are stacked against him. He's going to tap that defuse, gets to halfway. but the
Oh
shot's
my
not good enough
gosh, that
for
was so
Primi.
bad. Did this
It
happen
wasn't
when I
perfect.
left?
It needed a spray, but the job is done.
Yo, chill,
and the load is
Stacks.
up for
Stacks,
Full Sense.
actually chill.
And
Like, bro,
T1
chill.
now definitely frazzled.
You
If
can tell the
T1
quality's
isn't,
ass, but I
Stacks
literally can't
100%
move my
is.
left arm.
You ruffled his hair at the last bit.
Yeah.
Primi shooting down into his corpse. Oh, you can't do him like that, man.
Primi, you're
Incredible
actually
ways he
disgusting
went
for
all
shooting his
around.
corpse.
Stacks still
That's
had
insane,
a good
bro.
read for it of where Primi
Like,
would
we're
end
in
up.
map 1, you gotta chill
But
your ass out.
ultimately still, it's the trades, it's the fights, and these ones, Full Sense will tend to win just because they're playing.
Yeah,
the
you're
double, and
actually
they've got all
mental.
these
He must have
flashes,
done that in the other series,
all
man.
the setups over onto site. Meteor wanting to push up, but it's going to be discouraged from it.
Flash around the corner to, again, set Primi up. On the line. It's dire straits for T1, isn't it? It's not what we expected at all. Expected a competitive match, and this has really been anything but. And this is not the time to go missing as T1. You can't go flawless in the group stage and then just fumble it in your first playoffs game.
Yeah.
That is not the story that you want to be
I was gonna
writing.
say there's also that sense that
Here for Stacks is going to be good for one, but
That,
more than that is still a question mark. He's got the
Fudge,
two,
that
and
Full Sense is warmed up off the
nice,
KRX
but
match.
It's not quite enough to finish this round off yet for T1. It's still very much hanging in the balance.
If
What is
anything,
happening?
It just might be Munchkin to get a good read of, no players outside of B. So if somehow Buzz, Izu can slow things down, find some damage along the way, they might still be able to wring out this round. Full Sense all the setups though, and they have flashes and everything to boot.
Trouble is that T1 can't push for any info any further than where Munchkin is right now. He could just as easily get picked off. In the end, Izu is all that's required, apparently. Primi and Jit Boys down, and Leviathan is building a wall of smokes that will
That's
not
crazy.
matter. 11-5. So T1 have another.
Surprised I had money for a buy there.
But it is a threatening
Well, I
scoreline.
guess they
They
were
have
on
a
light
lot to
armor
come
now.
back from.
Individual moments, you win rounds off of hero plays, and we all know those aren't the most reliable or most consistent things, but that's exactly what T1 is built on. Stacks, Izu, with a multi-kills in this round to bring it up. Full
Can't
Sense
swing
still
like that.
have so much left in the tank. It's just one of these misnomer rounds where a lot of information is being taken up. Suddenly, Full Sense maybe could decide to go a little bit faster. They have a lot of ultimates.
Flash around the corner
Ew,
here
what's
for
in
Jit
my
Boys.
hair?
So
Nothing.
Ult Orb on offer for Full Sense.
I want to watch out for Meteor.
I want to watch out for this A site. Run it back is in play. Jit Boys is pushed away. Primi trying to chase Meteor down. But
That's
there is
insane. No
just
wonder
no
the Bucky's
escape
getting there.
from Primi when he's on. That Hunter's Fury ripped here from Stacks to try and slow down the progress of Full Sense, but I don't think they're going to
I have no idea what's happening.
They could try, maybe get a lucky wallbang.
It's not the full commitment from Full Sense that we might have expected. They've actually set themselves back up in art. Wait for any re-aggression here for T1. They know they've got that opening pick, so T1's going to be wondering where is the setup from Full Sense.
You kind of know either down through B-Link or still inside of Art. That's why they're starting to drone out towards B-Link now. T1 has the read, just waiting for Full Sense to find that assertion back in. The Flash has come back, maybe the Haunt as well.
30
Stax already has
seconds
the
left.
recon though. They're coming back in.
Yeah. Primi once again going to be the point man alongside Jit Boys. Smoke in the face of Buzz. That opens up the angles for Jit Boys.
Is it save?
Util usage.
They have to, no?
Full Sense. Very much on
No,
the
you
cards here
can't
for
beat
12.
that.
Stax looks like he wants to have a crack at this one round the corner, but there's just no way you are getting anything done there with multiple
Like,
players
you have
looking
the
on that
Phantom.
line. Jit Boys gets his third for the round.
Oh,
This will be 12
just
for
like
Full Sense,
the
and
other
this has been
match,
an
7
utter
rounds.
demolition of T1 so far today.
Full Sense just came in like that wrecking ball. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just all these incredible rounds set up. 4 players inside. They find the mid-round adaptations. They find themselves, without, the most common tools either still, but waiting for the right timing, waiting for Cruz to make the call. They actually put Thorns in. They have the little cloudburst smoke, and they come in like a quick SWAT team, just being able to clear out, sweep the angles on both ends.
There's no way.
outside of
There's no
Secret
way
Dugout.
Full Sense win, right?
12
Like when
now,
I go to
match point
sleep, I'm so
founds,
tempted to
and
just
T1
look up
still
the
has not
score
found
and
an
be like,
answer,
ah,
and I
Full
think
Sense
that's
got 1-2.
another little head-to-head
They
that
played
I
very.
wanna point out.
It was
Well,
very
most
close, but
rounds
you
we're
know,
seeing flashy plays
the
from
better team wins at
Primi,
the end.
Jit Boys.
But what if I
Let's
wake
not
up and
forget
Full Sense
our
win? Do you know what that
Cruz and
means?
Munchkin as the
It
IGL.
means
Cruz is
Gnomesham,
doing
KRX,
incredible work
T1,
on this
Paper
initial
X
first map pick
all
that
have
they
to
have
compete for
prepared
one
over the
London
past
slot.
weeks. Ever since that recent loss
That
against
is the most
T1,
insane
you can
shit ever.
imagine they've
We're gonna
been
get it. We
in
could
the
get a
lab
global
just
esports
running
Full
and trialing
Sense
a lot of
upper
these
final.
composite rounds
That's the coolest
just
thing
to find
ever.
that win against T1. It's a great mid-round adaptation from that previous one. And one
I actually
forces
gotta
out
look at my
final
old video.
timeout to see
I don't
if
even know if
T1
I had
can
Full
still
Sense making the
give us
playoffs.
any signs of life before we actually maybe head over onto Lotus.
Yeah, that'll be the really big thing here for T1 is it's just got to be some kind of momentum pulled back. You can't be letting Full Sense go into this second map having demolished you on map 1. Nobody's really gotten going. No
I
one's fired
don't
up for T1.
He's
All the
praying or
fans have
something.
turned out. We're in Korea. It's a Korean team.
They just had T1 home ground.
And there's
They had
Actually, it was
T1
right
home
before.
ground?
nothing.
What?
There's just nothing.
I literally can't move anything.
Full Sense, with a miracle run through these playoffs so far, they are looking like they are just, I guess, the arbiters of Korean Valorant at this moment. They are just running through all of those teams.
KRX taken down. T1
Yeah,
needs
KRX
on
had that
the block.
dumbass Hermes on his team. Ah.
This might be the match that sends them back
Okay.
to an international as well. Helmed or led by Cruz.
Well, no one on T1 is literally
man.
showing up. Like,
Big
literally
ups
no one.
And big plays with the Prowler down into mid. Meteor trying to set one up.
Down mid.
Munchkin, no, okay.
No way,
It's an
Munchkin, you
awful
die.
fight there for
Holy
Primi as he gets
fruit.
caught off guard.
If he died there, that's
Tried
the
to
most
use the
embarrassing
movement
shit
to
ever.
keep himself alive, but not going to happen this time around. So, off the back of the timeout,
no reason to
T1 feel like
overheat.
They are having some success, but let's not count out
There's
the
no reason to
possibility of a
overheat.
recovery here for Full Sense, although with Jit Boys out of the picture, I think
That's
gonna
why
be a
Neon's
tough
getting
last
nerfed.
12-6. T1 saved themselves a little bit, but it's a long way to go before this really starts to convince me.
Yeah. Full 6 rounds. T1 are close to their ultimates as well, though, so we'll keep our eyes on that for now, because they could string those together and.
Can you imagine if he died?
But then again, Full Sense. I feel like we haven't seen the extent of their strat book. This is just one of those where you kind of throw it away because the timeout was called and you weren't fully expecting perhaps for T1 to make a play like that. Meteor just dry walking outside of Art. Suddenly, we're back into it with an A main push, but Full Sense are just waiting off to the other side.
Full Sense happy to take the slow approach, similar to T1.
Big alt round could be a factor as well. I just noticed that Full Sense are close to their own. If they can bait out ultimates from T1,
Look at
that's
this push though from Stax. This is really bold, but it is working a absolute treat. He's going to run into the wall.
no info around middle though.
I mean,
That
they
could
could,
be a problem.
they could just walk their way into A. Is Full Sense going to make that read? It
Why
seems
are they
as though
so
will. Cruz has
overcooking B?
been calling up a storm over the past couple of days, and this looks to be another inspired choice from him. He's threaded the needle. Assuming they go A, assuming they do end up deciding to finish on A, but They slowed it down, and now T1 is on the move.
Killua to lurk.
Here's Killua that's watching that line, but falls to Buzz, and that's going to start to inform the rotate here of Full Sense. They're going to go back into streets. They want to challenge. They want to try to catch T1 unawares.
This is Cruz.
Oh, this is
30
huge.
seconds left.
No.
They've fully rotated off B. You are kidding me.
And look at Primi as well. He's still hovering around. Just careful with the sewer approach.
Okay, Meteor's come back, but it's too little too late. 19 seconds on the clock. Full Sense are going to get themselves a nice plant on a B. It's going to prompt the full rotate. Primi still holding on to streets. Jit Boys gets himself one, but Cruz does fall. That lockdown going to try to push Full Sense forward. They go back to try to reinforce themselves. Jit Boys is a dead man. Meteor's all over that. That's 2 freebies for him.
Wow,
and
that
now a
was
third
way
as well.
overcut.
It's all on the shoulders of Primi. If anyone can get it done, it might be him,
Ouch.
but Meteor on a real tear this round. Saves T1 in what could have been a really embarrassing affair.
Doesn't really
came
matter
close
because they're
to it.
stacking their ults.
Maybe a circus show with multiple players just running all around the map, but Meteor, the astronomical play just to finally find that read. Had an inkling for it, went back into check, and I thought it was a little bit odd
Was that a
to kill
headshot?
on the lurk, as he's the initiator player, but
Or a
was
headshot
called
into a
from
body
Cruz
shot?
stretch to try and lead his team to the rounds, but Meteor reading the run it back, finds the positioning from Jit Boys, and then sets himself up for multiple kills. That's exactly what you've been needing. It just came a little bit too late on this
He
map. but
came?
Who knows?
Holy shiz, man.
Money's broke for Full Sense.
And ain't over yet. T1 though, the recovery is still requiring 5 in a row. It's a pretty tough ask. Cruz trying to get up to some funny business. And looks like he might just get chased down.
Oh, he
Still
got one.
grabs one for his trouble. So that's a pretty good effort. High-low here for Izu and Stacks.
That's information.
Makes short work of Killua, and the fight into streets has not worked out. Meteor oh, can't quite finish it off, but job's done. 8 now for T1, getting closer.
Okay, and still some ultimates in the pocket too. Buzz bringing out the operator now. That's another
Oh,
thing
we
to think
got
about.
Phoenix. Oh, yeah,
I
I
mean, one of
forgot.
these rounds where you just kind of write it off with the pistols coming up from Full Sense, but there was a slight moment where you could be thinking about how T1 tends to operate on the defense. They love to play around information, pushing up B. They've been going up B unchecked for the past several rounds now. Full Sense might be able to get a good read over that, but suddenly with the operator out, you just never quite know. Buzz might be tempted to push up A main, but not for the time being. Utility just going to give Full Sense some kind of control as they come back into reclear.
Drone's clearing a lot of space. So Buzz is going to be setting himself up on the line with the op. Full Sense are not going to be ready for this. Ooh, hang on, they're past the line.
You might see his shoulder.
Yeah, that swing. Boy, Buzz
Wow.
against the collat. You'll take that if you're T1.
Then just to sit comfortably now, you've seen that many Full Sense players around A. So still a pretty good idea of where they could be. Even Munchkin tempted to go over and check, but he's just going to sit pretty for now while Cruz does some scouting of his own. Difficult round to call, though. They're trying to pull
What the
attention away
fudge
from
are you
Prowler.
doing?
A little bit awkward from Stacks, but still the intention pretty clear. They want to see Full Sense are ending up on A, and now they found it.
It's just like me on the Sova.
All they can do, yeah.
I'm not sure it's going to be very easy to get into this site. Izu holding the ult. And again, denying any entry to Full Sense. Just pushed away. Cruz was isolated and dealt with. Killua's going to right back in here to try to find Munchkin, and let's get that kill on the way out. But there's, is there a time
No.
to rotate? I don't think so.
Save.
10
They're just going
seconds
to
left.
save.
Yeah, you need the guns, you need the money. And with every round that passes by, it's starting to look like it's a little bit more possible.
Not really, they just got...
Jordan, I mean, look at this. Meteor's 2 away from his ult. Buzz and Munchkin still sitting in theirs, and those could be strong for retakes if it comes to that point. Right now, we just haven't really seen Full Sense even... Oh! Wow, what a sick replay. We haven't really seen Full Sense even getting the spike down. Slow approaches, and in all that time, we've kind of turned the tables around. It's Full Sense.
Dude, I'm sick of these
Starting to be able
timeouts.
to set up with their ops and deep positions, which gives
How are we
keeps them
doing?
so much information. If not, big collateral kills.
We
So,
died.
Hopefully with Jit Boys. Well, no,
On which one? I
Sushi
don't even
Boys.
remember.
The boys.
In
Are
the
you,
coaching
are you telling me you're a believer here for T1 right now?
I could be.
You could be.
Yeah.
But not yet. So what do you
Actually-
need to see to believe?
All right. I do believe. I see
Seeing-
the ultimates.
Seeing is believing. As
A
they say.
1,000
Yeah, there we
stone.
go. I really
That's
think I
not
do.
gold, that's
You
wheat.
got the
Okay.
alts. If it does come to shove, you know, you got Munchkin and Buzz for a potential retake on a sudden overdrive, and they can always fast flip back in. Meteor kind of cycles his through towards
So the fungal
lockdown.
force is too bad for
They're
us.
just kind of doing so well right now to continue to control space.
In what time?
This time out, though,
In 6 minutes. It's too
I don't
fast.
know. Full Sense could suddenly decide to get a lot more pacey, a lot more aggressive on a dime.
I
Got
wouldn't mind it.
fans praying in the crowd, dude.
Yeah, I think a quicker play here from Full Sense could just catch T1 off guard. It's been pretty slow and methodical on both sides. Got the operator out again here for Buzz. Yeah, he could do something Primi-esque in this second half if he's given room to work.
Where the fudge did our op go?
Buzz on the push. Primi's timing looks okay. So Buzz falls away from the line. Primi takes that space. Timing works out there for Full Sense. They very quickly take middle.
Izu's heard the noise.
Yeah,
Big
but it was
call
on
as well, and Look
purpose.
at where Stacks is once again. It's another round where we're going topsy-turvy.
It's a very similar setup, isn't it? Drone out to try to clear out Art. Spots the push of Full Sense on their way through.
Oh, position confirmed. The Prowler saw Stacks. Full
All
Sense
right.
going in for the kill.
What
Yeah,
is
they're going in.
Stacks doing?
For everything, Stacks deletes Primi, but
I mean,
he
okay.
cannot survive. Got that cosmic
That
divide.
was very
It is
bad.
Full Sense working their way into this A site as a result.
Wait,
T1
what?
Wanting to push their way past.
Where
it,
is
but
their
Nightfall's
wall?
gonna
Oh,
be
it's
invested
both
as
of them
well.
are up.
Everything is going
Yeah,
into
but
this round for Full
T1
Sense. They
suck
have
ass.
to win it here. Meteor has been the difference maker in the last couple of rounds for T1, and he looks to do so again. Full Sense, I mean, they're almost calling the cancel right here. Meteor
Oh, that
will
was
be brought
bad.
down by Leviathan. This could just be it. Full Sense
1v1.
lose a couple
Who
of
is it?
heads. It's a
Kilowatt?
1v1. Will Izu save
Well,
the day?
Izu has the
Lua
highest KDA and he
has
has
spotted
stun.
him out. Spike needs to be collected. There's 20 seconds left. Izu will allow that to happen.
Take your time, son.
You'd be like 3
Got
places.
quite a bit to go. Meanwhile, Izu has the stun, so you kind of want to watch out for that as well.
Oh,
That's
peek through.
disgusting. You just dry
Dealt
peeks
with
out.
by the player so far.
That's
Missing their
disgusting,
shots, and
Killua.
Killua finally hits one. It is
That's
Full Sense
disgusting.
who will
That,
fulfill
he doesn't wait for his
the
haunt. That
expected
is so
result on
gross.
map
That
one,
is actually
13
gross,
to
Killua.
9. It took them a little longer than it
Look how
probably
happy
should
Sushi
have,
Boys is.
but they do
That's
get
so
Pearl
heartwarming.
over the line.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Okay, I think
a
I'm
simple
out.
duel
Like, I don't want to be
1v1
out. But, like, if
would
it
be the
goes to
straw that
map
breaks
3,
the
I'm
camel's back.
cooked.
I mean, multiple rounds where you see those ultimates slowly starting to come in, and they finally let that all
I
go
can't
in this
export it
final
either.
bit,
It'll be way
where
too long.
2 cosmic divides come in. Buzz gets a little bit too ahead of himself, the overdrive.
I'm so tired,
and
man.
With the duels going through, Meteor, Munchkin
I'll
still
be
trying to
up
bring it back.
later
At the end, just
to watch
Full Sense always
Finnish
have this one
Pacific,
still. I mean, the team
EMEA,
is so
probably go to
comfortable,
work, come back.
even in the most awkward of positions.
Americas?
We got
Let's type
Envy
shiz
down
on
the
gosh.
stage with Sushi Boys.
Jen here with
Okay,
both
I'm gonna
Sushi
peace
Boys
out and
and
get some
Full
sleep.
Sense,
Maybe
and
it's only like 3
congratulations
hours and I come back.
on Pearl, Sushi Boys.
But that was a
Talk to us
crazy
about,
night.
moving
Crazy night.
Primi
And
off
more
of
to
the
come,
Phoenix,
more to come.
putting
I'll
him
try
on the
not to
Jet,
get
and Jip
spoiled.
Boys
But
on the
see ya.
Phoenix.